I'm about to work with some decorative threads on the Husqvarna Viking Amber S100 to give some edges, some really bold looks. So a couple things about decorative threads is, yes, we do adjust the tension, give them a little breathing room as necessary. And traditionally the thicker threads go in either the upper looper, the lower looper, or both, depending on if you want them to be seen on both sides. But in this video, I wanted to show you how we can tie on decorative threads and just pull them through. And you can switch out colors by clipping all your colors and going from, say, 4 whites all the way to 4 blacks by tying on each of the new cones to the threads. Now, right now I don't have one in here. This is one of the needles, so that's fairly easy to just add thread back in. It's like threading a sewing machine. But the harder parts are those loopers that are a lot of paths to do. So here is the trick. So I'm going to start by lifting up the presser foot, and since my little tail is kind of tucked underneath, I'm going to get a hold of it. As I do so, I'm going to pull on these threads just a little bit. And right now I only have 3 threads going through the serger, but when I pull this through, you can see that I go from the chain here to 5 individual threads. Well, I don't have 5 threads in there, so why does it look like there's extra? So here's what I can do. I can go ahead and clip these threads, and 2 of these are fake. So as I pull, one of them has been doubled up, and I can just pull that one right on out. So now I have 3 individual threads coming out here. Let me show you the knot I love to use to tie on so the knot doesn't come undone as I'm pulling it through. So I'm going to tie this onto the upper looper. I'm going to start by kind of getting a little extra thread off the spool. So I don't want to cut really close to the machine here. That's really hard to tie on with a very short place. Since I was using one of the spool cones, I'm going to go ahead and take that off so the spool can sit directly all the way down onto the base of the machine. So let me just bring this forward so you can kind of see a little bit better. And the way I like to describe this is just put both the tails together, so they're kind of dangling right in front of the serger here, and I tie an overhand knot. Or if you've ever tied a balloon, this is the same thing, that kind of all the way through, just a knot, and then pull it tight. That knot is small enough that it will be fed through the upper or lower loopers, whichever one you are tying it to, and it will just feed all the way through the serger. So let's just open this up. I'm going to let that dangle. I'm going to find my pink thread because I really only need to pull the one that I've tied onto right this second. And I can watch as that knot goes all the way over. If it gets kind of hung up on one of this first guides, just take your finger and just give it a little help, pulling it all the way through. Here it comes, and it is through the machine. That easy. So usually if I'm doing all 4, I'll go ahead and tie them all on and then gently pull them. You can pull them all at once, but one at a time works. The only thing that doesn't go all the way through is those knots. You can pull them all the way through the needles, except when you get down to the needle, you need to snip the knot off and then thread the needles manually. So for right now, being that this is a decorative thread, I'm going to put all my tensions back to normal. I was doing a flat lock last. And then I'm going to make sure that this has a little breathing room, being that that's the new thicker thread. And I'm actually all ready to do a wide 3-thread overlock with this decorative thread. So I hope you'll kind of take a look at how easy it is to tie on, pull through, change out colors as you need. And it is not hard once you do this a couple times. So with all of our videos, a little practice will always make things a lot easier after you've done them a couple times. Check out all the videos that we've done on the Husqvarna Viking Amber S100. The playlist right here will get you started from the beginning so you can watch all the videos in order from beginning to end.